Alright, so as you probably saw in the last video as well as the start of this one, I've been back on my bullshit. So on this team I have Ace-Striker Sengoku, I have Rika's mom as a defensive mid, I have Shadow in defense, I have Jinai in defense as well as a left back. And then I do have Rococo in midfield, but I am planning on swapping out this Rococo for a better one if I do get better passives. Like, the last two passives are great, like they're just like solid counter passives that also stack with like some of the others I have on the team, but the first three, I would prefer like maybe focus or like more short AT or something along those lines, but this is fine. I also need to like upgrade his rarity if I am gonna plan on just sticking with this one. Or maybe I just don't put enough value into scrambles. Maybe I need to put more value in scrambles. I don't know. But obviously this isn't a super optimal team, but this is viable and it actually helped me get from unranked bronze to max rank in a very short period of time. In fact, I don't think I lost a single ranked match with this team when I did the climb the other day. And that's despite people lag switching their cheeks off. So unless you're boring, this is a very creative and fun way to enjoy the game and spice things up if you're getting a little bit bored of how normal teams usually play and just Hakuryu you forward, hero this, hero that. Well, I guess you can run heroes with this, but some of their passives don't sync well. Like, I think Hero Rococo would do well here, but since I have like quite a few counter like players on my team and I do have the counter hero Goenji here, I think it would be like a lot better to run a counter Rococo than to just can I check his stats? Yeah, than to just like run this. Like, these passes are great, but they don't synergize with the team as well. And I feel as if like counter would also help Sengoku because I can well, I'll get into that a bit later. I'm yapping a bit now. Right, now let me explain how this is done. Like, if you look at my Sengoku here, this looks nothing like how a normal Sengoku would look. Like, they'd probably have like ridiculously high agility, physical and pressure, and then very low on the offensive stats since they're a goalkeeper. But my Sengoku has quite high shot AT. He has 444 kick, 454 control, which gives him, I believe, 898 in terms of shot AT raw. And then because he also has the own shot AT plus 8% passive, that's about 970, just under 970 in terms of like shot AT, which is quite good. And then there's the other passives on the team. There's also Rika's mom, who's a goalkeeper. She does have still high agility because agility does contribute to focus DF. And then there's like Rococo's not finished, Jinai's not finished either, but then there's Shadow in defense, and as you probably saw like from last video. Right, now let me actually explain instead of just yapping. First, you're going to want to pick a character. The examples that I'm mainly going to use here are Sengoku, who's a goalkeeper, as well as Rika's mom, who is a goalkeeper as well. Sengoku I'm using as a forward, and then Rika's mom I'm using as a defensive midfielder. You have two different situations here when it comes to the Abalone board, and essentially when you go to a player's Abalone board, you're going to want to pick the path that, well, suits the position you want to put them in best. Let me clear my Sengoku's Abalone board real quick. Alright, now that's done, this is what Sengoku's Abalone board looks like raw. So he has catch, Keshin slot, and then he has a, well, special slot, sorry. And then he has catch. This is his main path here to the left hand side. And then we have his sub path, which is defensive, well, a defender. And then he has a dribble, block, and then a special slot. But as you saw before, I was running max triple boost. I was running triple boost plus 5, and as you can see, he literally has no shot sockets to put his moves into. Now, if we go back and we check Rika's mom's board, right, and this is what Rika's mom's board looks like. She has a catch, a dribble, another catch, and then she had, this is her main path here to the left, which is her goalkeeping route. So she has her catch path here. And then this is her sub route, which I believe is midfielder, and she has 2 dribble slots here. But as you saw before, we were running a block type move on her, and she has no slots for a block type move. Now, first we're going to start off with Sengoku. So we're going to go back to his Abalone board. The method we use for this is also the same method that we're going to use for Nami, but this one is a bit more straightforward. At least I think it is. And this will also help you build whatever character you want to in terms of their moveset. Firstly, on every player's Abalone board, there are 2 special slots. This one here, and then this one here. This is the one you unlock via leveling up, and this one is always on a player. It's the 3rd slot in the Abalone board. However, this one is locked. You will need the new possibility item to unlock it. And you can usually tell it's a special slot because, let me go to Rococo here. You can tell it's a special slot because it has the square outline around it instead of the normal circle outline. New possibilities are quite hard to get. You can buy some from the story, but those are limited. And once you've done that, you can actually get them from BB battles on max difficulty, I believe, after the campaign. Okay, so once you've unlocked the third slot, you're going to want to place the hissatsu you would like to use in this slot, and then another copy of it in the other Keshin slot. So let me do that right now. I would like triple boost. So you put triple boost here, and then we're going to want to put triple boost here as well. Oh, where's triple boost? There. We have triple boost +1 now. And as you can see, the moment I slotted it in, these red dots appeared after, like, we got it to +1. And essentially what these red dots mean is that this is now a boost slot. And these slots here also should have the red dot here, but it doesn't show because there's a move in them already. But these are now boost slots. The dot corresponds to the type of hissatsu you can boost with the slot. And you can only boost the hissatsu that's already boosted. Like, I wouldn't be able to put like Brimstone Rain or Elemental Destroyer in these slots, you know, but you are able to actually put real skills in these slots, like curve shot, bounce shot, chip shot, those type of moves. But as we saw before, I'm wanting to run triple boost, so in this slot here I'm going to put another triple boost. In this slot here I'm going to put a fourth triple boost. And then we move on to these slots here. When it comes to these slots here, these are also boost slots, but you cannot see it because they already have hissatsus in them, which are his innate hissatsus. But you can see over the innate hissatsu on the bottom right, over the description, it does say power evolution, so you can go ahead and then put another triple boost here. And then another triple boost here. Now we have +5 triple boost, which is essentially maximum evolved triple boost. Well, essentially, as a simple breakdown, if your character doesn't have a slot for a type of hissatsu you want to put on them, you can first put your 2 hissatsus into the Keshin slots, and then this allows you to use any slot on the board to further boost that hissatsu, and then that's indicated by the dot that appears on the top right of the slot. And you can only use it to boost an already boosted hissatsu. For example, you wouldn't be able to put Presto Turn in here. Like, as you can see, it doesn't allow us to put a dribble in here. And just a heads up, you cannot replace the hissatsu in the special slots and then have the boosted slots remain. For example, if I put triple threat here, and then I put triple threat here, the rest of the boost slots essentially like come undone. So you aren't able to manipulate the board in that type of way. Now let's go to Nami and then see her Abalone board. See, we have it on the subpath here because, like, similar to Sengoku, the stats that the subpath give allow her to fit the role I'd like her to play better. More technique, more control, more intelligence. Agility and physical do help as well with midfield since they do help out with focus battles, but she already has quite good defensive stats already, so we're going to buff the offensive ones so they can keep up with other players in this position. So as a midfielder, we do have like the dribble slots here. We have these 2 free dribble slots, and then we have the innate bewildered. But I want to run her as a defensive mid, so I also want her to have a block move as well as a dribble move. And similar to how we did Sengoku, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to put let's see, I believe I had Overnight Fortress on her, so we'll put 1 Overnight Fortress here, and then we'll put another Ichiajo here. Oh, the boost slots haven't come up. This is a bug currently in the game. It won't show up as a boost slot, so what you just need to do is just leave the menu, then return to the menu, and then the boost slots show up. So don't worry if it doesn't show up first time, just leave the menu and come back into it. And let's say for a dribble, let's just put, I think I have Marshall's Light on her, so we'll put that back on as well. We'll just use the original dribble slots to do this. Oh, I'm in the wrong menu. Marshall's Light here, and then we want Marshall's Light here. And then I had Athena's Anthem here. But let's say that I wanted to have a shot on her. We actually have no shot slots here to work with, and both of our special slots are taken. But what we can do is manipulate the board a little bit in order to allow us to use this as a shot socket while also using this slot as a block socket. So first, what you need to do is you actually need to have 3 copies of the hissatsu you want to like manipulate the board with. For this example, I'm going to use Ichiyajo. So we put an Overnight Fortress here, and this is a dribble slot, keep in mind, and then we have 2 NR special slots. You can then go ahead and then remove the Ichiyajo from this slot. What shot would I want on her? Let's say I wanted... I don't know. Decisions. Which shot do I want to put on her? I might put Cosmic Blast. Cosmic Blast seems cool. Now, we have Cosmic Blast in this slot. We have Ichiyajo in a slot it shouldn't be in, because this is a dribbling slot. We still have it in the special slot, and then we have 2 Marshall's Lights here still. So that's a fun way you can like manipulate the board. I'm not actually sure if you can manipulate it further to get another shot here. Like if I wanted to level up Cosmic Blast, I could put like another Cosmic Blast here. I'm not sure if that's possible. But if anyone finds out, let me know. There's probably some type of like Rubik's Cube manipulation you can do with the slots in order to do that. So yeah, let me know if you find out how. Well, yeah, there we have Cosmic Blast, we have Ichiyajo, and then we have Marshall's Light. But let's say since I'm running her as a midfielder, I don't want Power Catch since she is not going to be a goalkeeper. What I can do is, since we have Ichiyajo boosted and we have Marshall's Light boosted, so what we can go ahead and do is put a real skill here. So let's say I wanted it to be a real skill dribble, like a real skill block. I could put Nutmeg, Crosscut Feint, Feint Dash, or I could put Cunning Pull. I'm not sure if I have enough of the real skills. I have Shoulder Tackle. Let's see. Yeah, just Cunning Pull and Shoulder Tackle. In this situation, I'd probably go with a dribble since her defensive stats are already quite good. So like giving her that little boost she might need on offense is quite good. I'll probably like Heel Flick because I like the animation for Heel Flick if I have any of those left. I do have one left. So there we go. So now we have Heel Flick, Cosmic Blast, Overnight Fortress Kai, and then Marshall's Light V2. So we've essentially manipulated the board a little bit in order to get the player to function the way we want as a defensive midfielder. It's like a bit more of a, well, not complicated, it's a bit more of a long method. It's slightly more complicated than just going +5 like we did with Sangoku. Hopefully I've explained all of this well up until this point. If you have any questions, just feel free to leave them below and hopefully I'll be able to answer those. So as I mentioned before, I have built my Sangoku so that he's actually not bad on offense. I'd say he's actually good. I wouldn't say he's great or phenomenal, but he's good on offense. Of course, he's not going to be as good as a character like Sakurazaki, who's built to be a striker. His stats are revolving around strikers, his moveset revolves around being a striker, that type of things. But he's actually not too bad in comparison. As I mentioned before, he has 898 in terms of his raw shot 80, sorry. And then he has an increase of 8% to it, so he's hitting for just under 970, and then Sakurazaki's hitting on 1032, so it's not that crazy of a difference. It does seem like a crazy of a difference at first. We do have like the other passes to take into account as well, but it's not that crazy of a difference. And if you look at triple boost, it comes in at 768 at +5, whereas Sakurazaki, even having 100 base moves, Jetstream only comes in at 606 and Spring Thunderclap only comes in at 667. Keep in mind these are both base 100 moves, so it's not too bad. Now if your player stats are pretty bad for their position and they're not built well, or you don't have the resources to build them well, then you're probably going to want to max out the move, similar to what I've done here with Sangoku to get triple boost. Like, it would be nice to have like multiple other shots on him, but him being a triple boost one trick, a triple boost merchant, is completely fine, since it basically allows him to put on an insane amount of pressure. So he's still contributing to the like frontline efforts. He's not just sitting there doing nothing, doing tiny bits of chip damage. He can, like, as you probably saw in the clip I put at the start, he can do some like really ridiculous damage when he's buffed up. Even unbuffed up too, to be fair. As well as maxing out their moves, you could upgrade them to a decent level and increase their rarity as well, since these will allow them to better fit their role. Something else to note is you're going to want like somewhat good items on your character, since obviously since they're not built for the role, you're going to want to like allow them to fit that role a lot easier, and items give like great increases in stats, so these are another way to help them fit the role better. I do need a better like necklace for Sengoku because 7 and 4 is not great. But he has Zamak Outsider's boots, which give him, was that 60? Yeah, 60 shot AT. He has this, which gives him 59 shot AT. Then he has this, which gives him 44 shot AT, and this is only 11 extra shot AT. But obviously, like when I have the resources, I'll replace that. So like some of these items aren't the best, but they are definitely decent boosts that can help him fulfill his role better. It's like useful stuff to have, as well as like Rika's mom. Oh, wrong tab. Who has like technique, intelligence? Probably should change those boots. Yeah, there's like control, technique, agility, intelligence, pressure, those type of stuff to help her fulfill the role better. Next, let's move on to the next step. Beans. So essentially you're going to want to give them the beans that help them fulfill their role the best. As I mentioned before, short AT is kick plus control, and then the buffs and bond power plus, and then hissatsu buffs bond power, but we don't need to know that for right now. Essentially kick and control are the ones you're going to want for your strikers, since these directly increase their shot AT. Kick and control are weighted equally, so like if an item gives you like 50 control and 1 kick, that is better than an item that gives you 25 kick and 10 control. And you're probably going to want to lean more into control, since kick only, well I guess kick does affect focus 18 now, I actually forgot. So I guess these are both like somewhat equally weighted actually. So yeah, kick and control for your strikers. I did give him technique because since he is defensive oriented, he's a goalkeeper and his sub position is defense. He might need that extra push to win some of the focus battles. Well, at least on offense, not on defense. And then for Nami, I've given her agility and then technique as well, so she can be a powerhouse in defensive focus battles. I am planning on giving her some some intelligence here, but I am running very low on defensive beans right now. So right now I don't really have many to spare. In terms of like getting beans, as you can see, I have like 1,000 kick beans and then 600 agility beans, 328 control. This is after me like spending like a bunch of beans to upgrade characters to buy hissatsus. You essentially just need to go into chronicle mode, or like I think for free mode as well, like chronicle mode and then free mode and competition mode. You essentially need to go into one of those and then find a team that drops the beans that you're looking for. For example, little gigantes, they drop kick, control and technique. They drop these 3 beans, so you can essentially just farm them, and every time you beat them on max difficulty, you're gonna get 15 of each of these beans. So yeah, it's quite efficient as well, because you're gonna be getting spirits from that. You're gonna be getting items and chests, and like if you're lucky, you can also get bond stars from that too. So it's quite good. Like what I'd recommend is just unlocking the maximum difficulty, playing it once to unlock commando mode for it. And then essentially all you need to do is boot up the match, score once, maybe twice, and then just let commando mode take it from there. And then you essentially have like an AFK farm for, well, semi-AFK farm for your beans. And then in terms of custom passives, it is essentially the same. So for this, on opposition's half of the pitch, team focus ATNDF plus 0.5, this just allows her to support the team more. If I wanted it to lean more into her specifically, then I'd probably put on our half of the pitch. Do I even have it? Yeah, I'd probably put this one on her if I had more of them, since she is supposed to be like a defensive midfielder. But like one of these two would be great. I definitely think I'm putting very low value into scrambles. I think I need to like stop underestimating scrambles, but I feel as if I've gone multiple matches where no scrambles happen, but like countless focus battles happen, so I'm not sure. Maybe level 5 need to increase the, like, I don't know, the odds of a scramble happening, or increase the radius in which it can trigger. So maybe then like scramble passes will see more, I won't see more use, but more viability, I guess. That's probably why, maybe they have that in mind, which is probably why the passives give a lot more. Like this gives 2%, whereas this only gives, wait, where is it? Oh, in scramble, yeah. Whereas these only give 0.5 and like 1.5. So who knows? And then on Sengoku, we have, where is it? On opposition's half of the pitch, own shot 18 plus 1.5. So as long as we're shooting from past the halfway line, he gets the extra kick boost. There are some other shot AT ones that I do have, like same element, different element. I think that's it. Yeah, I'd say this one is probably the best if as long as you're, how do I put it? I say this one is the best if you're not running a player as like a own half long shot or a counter shoot player. I probably have like the wrong one on my shadow because I remember I put the wrong one on earlier and I forgot to save. Oh no, I have the right one on. So when a player of a different element is nearby, own shot DC plus 1.5%. And since my OC and shadow are like going to be in very close proximity, like I've essentially surrounded him by players who are different elements. I think he's the only wood type on the pitch, yeah. He's the only wood type on the pitch, so in terms of like counter shooting, as you probably saw in like the last little meme video I did, he's always gonna have that 1.5% boost. Almost always. Which is quite good. Not really gonna speak about Shadow because Shadow is pretty straightforward. He's just a counter shooter, so I just went all in on Kick and all in on Dark Tornado. This is very stupid since, how do I put it? He has no way to actually play defense. He's just a counter shot merchant, which I'm enjoying using, but this is very bad. Well, I wouldn't say very bad. It's viable and it works, as you probably saw in the last video, because I was scoring quite a lot with it. But like, this is not optimal. I'm not saying this is optimal. This is viable, but it's not optimal. You're obviously probably gonna want a block move, maybe like even a shot block move. But yeah, I find this more fun and there's a bit more of a risk to it, so it's a bit more like exhilarating. So yeah, I just run max Dark Tornado. And furthermore, you're going to want team passives that help these players fill their roles too. Like Sangoku, obviously he's not matching Sakurazaki in terms of like damage output, but he is coming quite close. So to tip him over that edge and allow him to hit quite high, we have like team passives like on our Unmei, who has all this justice, and then team bond power plus 30% if we get knocked back by someone dashing into us. That last passive there, I've gotten a lot of value out of because let's say they dash you and they actually foul you. You can then go to formation change, swap in Sangoku, and then take the long shot from the free kick as Sangoku and use the 30% bomb power with it, which is quite good. I also have more justice here just to help Sangoku and Rika and Shadow perform well. Because like Shadow also has like passives where he has extra castle or castle wall defense, which allow him with his low defensive stats to actually do some decent chip damage to a shot coming his way if he can't stop it with Dark Tornado. And yeah, in terms of like reverse positioning players, you're going to want passives like this. You're going to want passives that help them fulfill that role, so they're not like, once their gimmick is like not in play, like Dark Tornado is going to go on a cooldown obviously, like once their gimmick is not in play, they still have some type of value in that role. Like for Rika, I have a counter, so she buffs our defense in terms of focus battle AT. And since I gave her a shot, she also has a 6% boost on Cosmic Blast. And then she has her scramble AT buffs that buff the like rest of the team in terms of the elements. Well, we do have a lot of earth on the pitch, so it's not going to be buffing that many players. It's going to be buffing Sangoku, Raiden, Momochi, and Kageto, but yeah, it is what it is. And then Sangoku, we obviously have the 8% extra shot AT. On this team, I'm also running a little bit of bond power as well as quite a decent bit of tension too, since all of the tension passives that I have on field, Haru, Raiden, I think that's it in terms of the tension gain. Let me just check, yeah. Haru and Raiden combined with a full tension coach allows me to get just over 80 tension per focus battle, which is actually enough for Sangoku to do a triple boost since it's a 85 base power move, which means it costs 80 tension. Which yeah, one focus battle allows me to just let it rip with Sangoku, which is quite nice. But yeah, team passes are something you're definitely going to want to consider to make up for the lack of stats. And like if you're running players that don't have cash-ins, awakening, etc., you should also consider putting them on or putting things in place to allow you to perform well despite not having them, if that makes sense. I mentioned before that player passives can be completely random, so you might want to do a bunch of summons to get a player that fits the reverse positioned role very well. For example, my Sangoku has a shot AT passive, and then Naomi has some passives that boost our defense, and she has a shot AT passive as well. This is actually a lot harder on coaches and coordinators since you need to play a certain amount of matches before you can use them as a player, specifically coaches since you can only use them one at a time. And when it comes to coaches and managers, you can take their passives off. However, you do need to level it up to unlock that passive first. So Yeah, like with Rika's mom, I had to play about 10 matches with her as coach and just like very bad coach passives just to unlock her as a player. And then I had to reverse position her, find out what worked, what didn't, this, that, and the third. But yeah, it can be a long process, but that's only for like coordinators and coaches. For like actual players, it's not a very long process at all. And something to note is that, I don't know if people know this, but passives do increase the buff they give when it comes to rarity. Just thought I should mention it. Like, probably already know that, but let's say we go to this passive here. This passive here would give us 2.5 at a common player, which is the lowest rarity, and gives us 4.5 at legendary, which is the highest rarity. So yeah, it's very good to like level up your players so that not level up, increase the rarity of your players so that they get the extra buffs. I may have yapped a bit there, so I'm gonna have to like edit a bunch of that out, but I think that covers everything. If there's anything I missed or you have questions, just let me know. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hype the video, like memberships, all that YouTube stuff that I'm supposed to say, I guess. And hopefully this video was helpful to you, and maybe we'll finally start seeing some more creative teams online with this out there.